Mine would not do that. Now I can do it, so I understand, but my other one will not do it. I don't know why. Okay, we're
We are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nevada Camera Club members and guests to the Nevada Camera Club Electronic Image Competition for March of 2022. Our competition staff for this evening includes announcer Linda Hicks, scorekeeper Mary Sheets, Merit Point Reporting Craig Hicks, projectionist Stephen Cupp, setup assistants from Ed Stiglitz and Stephen Cupp. Our judges for this evening, in chair 1 is Janice Phillips, in chair 2 is Frank Zach, in chair 4 is Jerome Hamilton, in chair 5 is Ed Stiglitz, and we hope we will have a chair 3 joining us, but as of yet has not done so. This evening we had 27 members enter 73 images, and our club challenge for the evening is spring. So if you are on live where we can hear you, please mute your cell phones. And we're ready for the Nevada Camera Club competition for March of 2022. We will be starting with judges 1, 2, and 4, please. We are doing intermediate, color, abstract, robot DNA. Reveal 788. Comment?
I like how the motion just brings your eye all the way around and back into the image. And the colors.
Go ahead.
And the colors are just wonderful.
The image received a 23. It was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, for advanced monochrome abstract, cracks and lines. Reveal 778.
I'm probably a little bit high. I was trying to decide because of it's really a bullseye composition, but I was trying to take an account of the small cracks at the top and a little bit less of the cracks in the bottom right. You have that bigger crack that comes out, which kind of leads you in or out, however way you want to look at it. I like the pattern. I like the subdued kind of feel, the pastel feel. There's not a lot of contrast except the sand and the dark cracks. One thing I did not like a lot, and I might have gone a little bit higher, might have gone a little bit lower either way, is the two kind of light bounces that come through it. So
the image.
I was going to say, I would have liked to have seen them go in on a tighter crop into the center, because my eye just goes all over the place. There just doesn't seem to be a central focus for me.
The image received a 22. It was the only image in the category. Same judges, please. We're still in abstract, but this time it's master monochrome abstract. Study number 11. Reveal. 787.
It's an interesting image. I just don't feel like there's a focus for me to set my eyes on. I'm trying to figure out where to look. And then in the background with the dark lines going through the background, it's a little bit distracting. But I think there's a lot of possibilities in this if you want to keep trying.
The image received a 22 and was the only image in the category. We'll move now to judges 1, 4, and 5, please. We're going into advanced color, animals, and pets. I am waiting. Where's the model? Reveal. 888.
This is an absolutely wonderful image. I think I would have, it's got two distracting points and they could have been easily caught. If you had caught that bush behind the dog's head and not had that bush there, and if you would have cropped off the left side, that dark bush there, I think this would have been a little bit better of an image, but it's really, really good.
The image received a 24. Same judges, same category. Sunset swan close up. Reveal. 977.
My reason I gave it a 7 is there's something weird going on right above its beak, and I'm not real sure what that is.
Well, I see the same thing above the beak and behind the head. I was thinking that was places that the maker tried to touch things up and it kind of maybe didn't show up on their screen. It's showing up on yours and mine, Ed. Other than that, I like the colors. I like the texture and the feathers. A little bit hard light under the neck, but other than that, the colors and the texture and that nice pastel background. So I don't know if this was cut out and put on that background or if this actually is a lot of depth of field that gave you this look. But
Image received a 23. Airborne Anna's hummingbird. Reveal. 999.
Wow. Every feather, the eye, perfect. The only thing that's not quite in focus is the tip of the wing and the very tippy tip of the beak. That is a stunningly sharp hummingbird photograph.
The image received a 27. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with airborne Anna's hummingbird, going back 1 to sunset swan close-up, and going back 1 to I am waiting. Where is the model? Judges, a 1, 2, or 3 for I am waiting. Where is the model? Reveal. 3, 2, 2. Sunset swan close up. Reveal. 2, 3, 3. And Anna's hummingbird. Reveal. 1, 1, 1. So the judges have chosen airborne Anna's hummingbird. We're going to stick with these same 3 judges, please. Oh, we got a problem. I'm talking to myself. Don't worry about me. Same 3 judges as we're moving on to master, color, animals, and pets. Floating along.
Is it small on my screen because of the way they put it in?
Yes, it is.
I was
Okay.
going to ask, do we have a size limit on small for digital entries?
We do not.
Okay. No, then we can't judge on that.
We have maximum dimensions, but not minimum.
Might be something to discuss sometime.
Might be. The dog judging the image.
Yeah. And I have Cleo locked outside the
Reveal. 7, 8, 8.
We have a beautiful duck here. The cropping is wonderful. We got good detail in the feathers, nice colors, and very well lit.
The image received a 23 was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, for intermediate, color creative, moon mission. Reveal. 7, 7, 7.
I think this is a good job for an intermediate, and I'm glad to see, trying to put all the elements together. The moon in the sky looks really good, which could be the same. The cutout on the tower to the moon, I think it has a few issues that could be worked out and made it look a little better, but compositionally, putting your subject right in the middle with the tower kind of takes away from it. Maybe trying to at least put her in one of the, left or right thirds might help you a little bit.
The image received a 21 and was the only image in the category. For our next category, 2 of our judges are involved in it, and we only have 4 judges. So What would you like for us to do? Would you like for all 4 judges to judge and I throw out the low score?
Can we wait and come back at the end to this category?
We certainly can.
Works for me.
I would like to do that and hope that one of my other judges shows up.
Okay, we're good with that. Then we will be moving on to intermediate color documentary. The Head Thief Strikes Boulder City.
Linda, did you say which judges? for
I'm
this
sorry, I
meeting?
did not. Thank you,
Okay.
Jerome. Judges 1, 4, and 5.
And repeat it again.
The Head Thief Strikes Boulder City, intermediate color documentary.
Hi, this is Rick. Please leave a message.
This is Mayor. We were wondering if you were going to come on to judge tonight. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Reveal. 888.
I'm a fan of yard gluck. I stop and take pictures of it everywhere I see it. And this is a wonderful, colorful image that somebody saw that was something interesting and grabbed a shot of it. So it really fits in the category very well.
The image received a 24 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, one more round. And Frank, I promise I will use you.
No problem.
Advanced color documentary, Homeless on the Beach. And while our judges are doing that, Rick, you will be judge number 3. Reveal. 878.
So I'm looking, my first thought on this image is to give it a 7 or a 6. It's absolutely disturbing and it's terrible. Then I realized that it's emotionally bothering me. It deserves a higher score. It's a very interesting documentary shot. And since it emotionally affected me, the maker did a very good job.
The image received a 23, was the only image in the category. Stephen, let's go back to our advanced creative, and we will be using judges 3, 4, and 5 for that. Advanced color creative. Red Roses 1. Reveal. 888.
I'm going to start because first of all, this is supposed to be thrown out because it has a name on it. So that's just something for future reference. I love the colors, the reds with the greens. I love the addition, the creative part of it at the bottom third is really nice. I went with an 8 on the visual image just because a few of the hot spots in the background and in the middle of the flower. The reflection doesn't actually show the hot spots, but the main flower does in the top part. Otherwise, I really like this. It's very nice.
The image receives a 24. Same judges, same category. Red Rock Overlook. Reveal. Rick, can you hold yours up a little bit? 8, 8, 9.
I gave this a 9 because it's creative and it's a scene that we've seen many, many times, and yet the maker has made a scene that we've not seen before. And I really think that was special. And I like the three-dimensionality of it by making the foreground cactuses sharper than the background. It makes the image very three-dimensional.
The image received a 25. Lighthouse. Reveal. 8, 9, 9.
Well, I really like it. I'd hang it on my wall. It's beautiful stained glass type image.
I like the composition is nice because you have it's a little bit higher, but really the bottom third of the mountains and the horizon line. I like the application to the image. It's almost kind of a feel of like a stained glass window look with the water, the foreground, the background, and then the pastel clouds. So I think this was done really nice. Good application.
The image received a 26. Swimming in color. Reveal. 7, 8, 7.
I almost could have told you I was going to be the high score on this because I did not see a lot of creative effect to it done actually to the image outside of this long panorama look. But I did kind of score it on that. I like the placement of the bird. He's got a lot of room in front of him, and I like the presentation. So that's why I gave it an 8.
One of the 7s want to speak to it?
Yeah,
I
well,
thought, go ahead, Ed.
I was just going to say I didn't think it was creative enough. It looks like they colored the water purple, or there's an oil slick on the foreground, one of the two. It's not. It just in creative. I don't think it's very subtle, and it's got a very subtle look to it. And it didn't have enough pop to make it go into creative.
I thought it could have perhaps been higher scored in pictorial.
The image received a 22. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement. Going back 1 as our first image, lighthouse. Going back 1 to Red Rock Overlook. And going back 1 to Red Roses 1. Do you need to see them again? Okay.
No,
Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for Red Roses 1. 3, 3, 3. Red Rock Overlook. 2, 2, 2. And if you gentlemen are counting well, that means Lighthouse is 1, 1, 1. So the judges have chosen Lighthouse. Okay, we'll be using judges 2, 3, and 5 now. We're going to beginner color nature wildlife. Peekaboo. Reveal. 7, 8, 9.
Okay, I was debating between the 8 and 9. I've taken 5,000 pictures of does, and I've entered one in competition. If I took this one, it would be 2. This is a beautiful picture. I would have done, and if this was in intermediate advanced, I would have marked down for it, but this is beginner. So there are a couple things that would really make this image better. Number one, the left side of the picture up to that dead stick doesn't need to be there. If you was to cut that part of it off, it would move the deer out of the center of the image, so it wouldn't be bullseye. It'd be moved over into the left third. And compositionally, that would have made this a much stronger image. But that curiosity look with that color, that light halo, and the shot straight into the drink, this is a beautiful image. With just a little bit of cropping, could be spectacular.
That was what made me give it the 7. If they'd have moved it over to either the right or the left and got out of the center, I'd have given it a higher score.
The image received a 24 and was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 2, and 4, please. We're moving into advanced color, nature, wildlife. Anna's hummingbird drinking from a flower. Reveal. 8, 8, 9.
It's a beautiful picture of the hummingbird, very sharp. The wings are showing motion. I like the angle of the hummingbird and the flower that it's feeding from. I just think it would be a better picture if he was backed out, just going in to feed, so you could see more of his face and part of his beak.
The image received a 25. Same judges, same category. Egret looking for food on bush. Reveal. 8, 8, 8.
I think this bird looked really nice. I think the title's a little bit long to try and explain too much of what he's doing, because I think it's a good picture of the bird. I would like to lose a little bit of the right side. That gives him more of motion to move, where here he's kind of in the middle, where he almost feels like he's going out of the picture because there's a little bit more behind him. Other than that, I think this is really good. Your background would have been nicer if we had a little more less distraction, but I think overall it's a good picture.
The image received a 24. Sloppy drinker. Reveal. 8, 9, 8.
I really liked it because the bird on my screen is really sharp. I like how he captured the water drop coming out of the mouth. I like how the background is out of focus enough to put the onus onto the bird. I thought it was great.
The image received a 25. Checkerboard mesa. Reveal. 888.
I think that's a very nice image of like the pine tree up at the top. You have a beautiful sky in the background. I just couldn't give it a 9. I just feel like it needs to have a different kind of light. And like it's almost too flat on the rocks, like if it was more towards sunset where it's hitting the rocks or hitting that tree would really make it a 9, but it's a really nice composition.
See, the thing that bothers me is I love the colors, but I keep coming down to that little tree in the lower left-hand corner as I'm looking at it. And it keeps bringing my eye right down there.
The image received a 24. Rufous hummingbird. Reveal. 989.
So my first thought was 8, and I'm going to tell you why. First is the stickies on is, I feel like a little bit bright, and I kept my eye kept going there. And then the brown leaflets or pine needles behind him are a little bit distracting as well. Taking those two elements away, I really like the framing. I mean, it's hard enough to shoot hummingbirds, and then to be able to get this framing in there. The bird is in great focus, nice lighting on the bird. I really like this image a lot. So that impact brought those little distractions out for me to give it a higher score.
The image received a 26. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with Rufous hummingbird, going back 2 to sloppy drinker, and going back 2 to Anna's hummingbird drinking from a flower. Do you need to see them again?
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for Anna's hummingbird drinking from a flower. Reveal. 3, 2, 3. Sloppy drinker. Reveal. 2, 1, 2. And Rufous hummingbird. Reveal. 1, 3, 1.
Hi.
We have a tie for first place between Rufous hummingbird and sloppy drinker. So judges, can we go back to the sloppy drinker, please? Thank you. A 1 or 2, please, for sloppy drinker. 2, 1, 2. So the judges have chosen Rufous hummingbird. Okay, judges 1, 2, and 5, please. 1, 2, and 5. We are at advanced monochrome nature wildlife, fishing in the snow.
This is advanced.
Yes. Reveal. 878.
This is really nice. First of all, if you're not out there, you don't get it. So congratulations on being out in the snow. The top of the bird's wing just doesn't have enough definition from the background to make it a 9 for me. Other than that, the image is very, very nice.
See, for me, I love the composition, but his face looks out of focus to me.
The image received a 23 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, same different category. Well, same category, but different level. We're moving to master color nature wildlife. Dawn at the beach. Reveal. 997.
Well, I'm 7, so I just didn't think it had enough impact. I like the subtle colors. I like the reflection. I like the birds, but the horizon line is right through the middle of the picture, and it just doesn't have a real whole lot of impact for me.
One of the 9s want to speak?
I just thought it was simplistic and nice and had nice light on the rock. At first, I was considering chopping off part of the bottom, realized he wanted the reflection of the large rock in there. And the colors in the sky are complementary and make it look really nice.
The image received a 25 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, please. We're moving into the people category now. We will be starting with beginner color people. Waiting.
Same judges?
Yes, please. Reveal. 788.
Fishing is waiting. That's about what it is. Nice composition. We put the person in the lower third. The composition of how much river we have to how much mountain we have behind them, where the person is, where the lighting is. It's a very nicely composed image.
The image received a 23 and was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 2, and 3, please. We're moving to beginner monochrome people. Anastasia. Reveal. 888.
For a beginner, you did a great job. I mean, I love the look on her face. I love her positioning, I like how you got her hand and arm. The background is overblown, and that's what's causing the biggest problem. And plus, down by her elbow, whatever that is coming out toward her elbow. But as far as the person, the lighting on her is very nice, a little overblown on the neck a little bit. Her face, her eyes are just intriguing.
The image received a 24 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, for intermediate color people. Sarah at the beach.
You forgot something. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Reveal. 878.
The problem that I have with this is the foreshortening on the shoulder. It's just making the shoulder look extremely large. I probably would have had her either move her head forward or drop the shoulder a little bit, maybe came in from a little bit different angle so that that shoulder didn't look so large.
The image received a 23 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, please. We're doing master color people now. Solitude. Reveal. 877.
The starburst placement is very nice. I just wish that her face was clearer and more predominant in the picture.
The image received a 22. Same judges, same category. Knight William Carlson. Reveal. 888.
This really tells the story. It's a great shot of the player ready to go.
Image received a 24. American wedding boots. Reveal. 998.
I kept debating between a 9 and an 8 because the background could have been burned down a little bit, but the lighting on her is very nice, and my eyes just kept on her and following her legs back up to her face, and I think this is a wonderful job you did on her.
The image received a 26. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with American wedding boots, going back 1 to Knight William Carlson, and going back 1 to Solitude. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for Solitude. Reveal. 2, 3, 3. Knight William Carlson. Reveal. 3, 2, 2. And American Wedding Boots. Reveal. 1, 1, 1. So the judges have chosen American Wedding Boots. Judges 1, 4, and 5, please. We're in photojournalism now, and we will start with beginning color photojournalism. Sarah Sponsel Diggs. Reveal. 999.
Oh, I think absolutely. You don't even need a title to read this story or to understand this story. This was handled so well, especially for a beginner at this focal length and being able to get her eyes in focus and the movement, because I've shot a lot of AVP pro volleyball.
The image received a 27 and was the only image in the category. Same judges, please, in advanced color photojournalism. Airborne. Reveal. 998.
I think it tells a great story. I mean, he's about ready to have a touchdown. The guy in the back is, holding up his hands to signal a touchdown. I wish I knew what he got, but I think it's a great capture.
The image received a 26. Snack time.
Oh, God.
Reveal. 999.
I
You
don't
know,
know
for-
who I'm more afraid for, the photographer
No.
or the alligator.
For a minute, I was distraught and I was thinking, their head's cut off. It'd be great. Their head was in there. But actually, the alligator and the person both have their heads above water. So I'm guessing they're looking at each other and don't know who's scared of who. Yeah, great shot.
Or the photographer.
Yeah, really.
That's probably a wide angle lens. The photographer is not more than another few feet away.
I'm glad I wasn't sharing the water with either of them. Judges, you have 2 images. This was a 27 to review for placement, starting with snack time and going back 1 to airborne. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for airborne. Reveal. 2, 2, 2. The judges have chosen snack time.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, absolutely, both those images were amazing, and either one of those could have won tonight. Great job.
Mhm.
In master photojournalism, VGK hockey practice. And I didn't tell you, we should be doing judges 3, 4, and 5. I'm sorry, I slipped on that.
Which ones?
3, 4, and 5. Reveal. 7, 8, 7.
I think the guy in gold's face looks like it's in focus.
For this to be, well, if this had a puck in it, I would have given it a score higher, a point higher.
The image received a 22. It was the only image in the category. Sticking with judges 3, 4, and 5, we're going to move into advanced color pictorial, a bee's private oasis.
And what was all the stats on this?
This is advanced color pictorial. Reveal. 999.
If I was taking this picture, I know I would have been getting out my doubler and extenders and whatever I could to get more of that bee. And the photographer backed off and got the flower and got a far better image.
The image received a 27. Sea creatures. Reveal. 888.
It's a very colorful composite of a lot of different creatures. The two balls at the very bottom on the left they needed something in them besides just being blobs.
I think this image would have done better in still life. But that's just me. Instead of pictorial, which should have a little bit of emotion maybe in it, where still life is a group of images found or arranged, which is what this seems to be.
The image received a 24. Monument Valley composite. Reveal. 888.
I think this was handled very well. You've got, 3 subjects, which adds to the interest. They're kind of triangulated, which adds to the interest. You have triangles under each of the monument, the 2 hands, and I'm not remember the name of the last one. I like the sky. Composite, I'm guessing, put it together because of the arrangement, but I think this is handled really well.
The image received a 24. Trail to the dunes. Reveal. 788.
I'm not sure what made the trail. If it was a sidewinder snake, I'm going the other way. I think the reason I marked it down a point is that the background dunes are like a separate picture entirely and not part of the image.
The image received a 23. Nevada's Jewel, Hoover Dam. Reveal. 877.
The 8, I like the point of view. It's unique, but I think the picture needed more contrast.
The image received a 22. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement. Going back to Monument Valley Composite. Going back 1 to Sea Creatures. And going back 1 to a Bee's Private Oasis. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for Bee's Private Oasis. Reveal. 111. Sea Creatures. Reveal. 332. And Monument Valley Composite. Reveal. 223. So the judges have chosen a Bee's Private Oasis. Judges 1, 2, and 5, please. We are in color portraiture at the advanced level. Newborn Angel. Reveal. 879.
This is a beautiful image of the baby, and I love, the wings and the bow that you have on her. The problem is the backgrounds, is brighter than the rest of the image, so your eye wants to go to the background. So that needed to be toned down, and more light needed to be placed on her face. But whatever, the parents are going to enjoy this image.
It's a pretty image, but I would like to have seen a sharper focus on it.
The image received a 24. Anna.
Is this advanced or master?
This is advanced. Reveal. 888.
It's a beautiful image. I really wanted to give it a 9. I like her positioning, I like her look. It's the background on the right side. Too many hot spots that easily could have been toned down in Photoshop. You could have blended those out, and this would have been a 9.
The image received a 24. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with Anna. and going back 1 to newborn angel. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for newborn angel. Reveal. 2, 2, 1. The judges have chosen Anna. Judges 1, 2, and 3, please, for master color portraiture, Service. Reveal. 8, 8, 9.
This is a great image and I actually would do it again, or I mean, I'd go back in there and just fix it. I would darken up the helmet, tone that down a little bit. I would dodge his eyes and brighten them up so that our focus is on his eyes. And I would just tone down the areas on his neck and his chin, and it'll be an awesome image. It already is, but you can improve this and make it wonderful.
The image received a 25. It was the only image in the category. Judges 3, 4, and 5, please. We're in the still life category. We will start with intermediate color still life, Cancun street art.
Who are the judges? What numbers?
3, 4, and 5. Reveal. 8, 8, 7. Comment?
I thought that it's an interesting subject, keeps my attention. The symmetry, the hands on either side, very nice. Perhaps it needs something whiter in it.
The image received a 23. It was the only image in the category. Judges 1, 4, and 5, please. We are at advanced color still life, ice. Reveal. 8, 8, 9.
Well, I give it a 9. I obviously like the image a lot. Yes, I understand that the back 3 ice cubes are slightly out of focus. I don't care. The interest is wonderful. I'm glad that you chose an odd number. The reflection is wonderful. This looks like something on a hot summer day when you have nothing else to do. Get your camera out and have some fun. It's a very interesting image.
Image received a 25. Same judges, same category, yellow and blue. Reveal. 888.
I almost think it looks better upside down, but with all of the yellow and blue flags with the Ukraine lately, this is a very timely and fitting image. Pretty.
Image received a 24. T setting. Reveal. 888.
I think it's a nice image. I think everything looks, in focus throughout, the teacups, the tea setting, the book. I just don't think there's any pop to it. It's just, it is a nice image. It doesn't have a lot of impact.
The image received a 24. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with T setting, going back 1 to yellow and blue, and going back 1 to ice. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for ice. Reveal. 1, 1, 1. Yellow and blue. Reveal. 2, 2, 2. So that makes T setting 3, 3, 3. And the judges have chosen ice. Judges 1, 2, and 3, please. We are in the unclassified category, and we'll start with beginners. Thunderbird launch at Nellis Air Force Base. Reveal. 988.
I think it's a great image. I would have liked to have seen a tighter crop on the plane. There's just too much of the mountains behind it for my taste.
I like having the sky in the background, just a little bit of the sky, to give more placement into the picture. It's a wonderful picture.
The image received a 25. Old Town.
Why does that say spring?
Reveal. 788.
I like the framing through the window. Gives you several little pictures to look at. I think the road does not add to the picture.
The image received a 23. Judges, you have 2 images to review for placement, starting with Old Town and going back 1 to Thunderbird launch at Nellis Air Force Base. Judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for the Thunderbird. Reveal. 1, 2, 1. So the judges have chosen Thunderbird. Judges 1, 2, and 5, please. Intermediate, color, unclassified, friendly driver.
Repeat that again, the categories and stuff.
It is intermediate, color, unclassified.
Oh, it's a class.
Reveal. 6, 7, 6.
I went with a 7 because I just love the colors, even though it's out of focus. Yeah, that was it. I just love the colors.
The image.
Hang on a second. This image was, I'm pretty sure, taking at a beginners group where we were doing panning exercises, learning how to pan and make the wheels blurry. And the maker of the image didn't get the car in focus as much as they could because they didn't swing with the car fast enough. And that's why it ended up that way. But this is a beautifully colorful image. But if the driver was in focus, it would have been a knockout.
Now, but this was placed in the
And
intermediate.
that's why I went ahead and gave it a 7 instead of a 8, because it was intermediate, not beginner.
The image received a 19 and was the only image in the category. Judges 3, 4, and 5, please. For advanced color unclassified, aggressor. Reveal. 9, 8, 9.
I think this is a really nice image. I like the clouds in the background. They add a lot, especially with this camouflage looking plane. I guess I was kind of thinking if you had a couple more shots where it kept turning, you wouldn't have as much reflection and you'd see more detail on the wings, especially the camouflage color. So, I liked it a lot. I liked a little bit of the steam coming out of the back. You gave it room to fly. So I think compositionally, it's very good. It's a great image.
The image received a 26. Sand waves. Reveal. 9, 9, 8.
I really like the abstract quality of this. The shadows are very nice. It's well captured.
The image received a 26. Flycatcher. Reveal. 8, 9, 8.
If the lighting on on the branch behind the bird were not so bright, I think it would have scored higher, and possibly getting rid of the cobweb or whatever it is on the branch also would have helped.
Image received at 25. Landing helicopter. Reveal.
Go.
7, 9, 8.
I'm the 7. I thought that the tonality of the helicopter and the background were too similar.
I liked the placement of the helicopter. You have a little bit of motion. Probably been nice to see a little bit more in the propeller, at least the one that's facing side. We can't see the one on top too much, but I love the steam coming out of the engine turbines. There's a little bit of activity. The guy hanging his head out. I thought there was a little more story value, a good composition. I think not to disagree with Rick, but the tonality I think kind of adds to the military wanting to hide or be camouflaged. So I thought it was pretty nice.
And I went with an 8 because I thought that it needed a little bit more something exciting to propel it in from an 8 to a 9.
The image received at 24. Havasu Falls composite. Reveal. 8, 8, 8.
I like that you chose to make it a pretty much a slimline vertical. I'm not sure what the composite part is, but it's a pretty image.
The image received at 24. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting back 2 with Flycatcher, going back 1 to Sand Waves, and going back 1 to Aggressor. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for Aggressor. Reveal. 2, 3, 2. Sand Waves. Reveal. 1, 1, 1. And Flycatcher. 3, 2, 3. So the judges have chosen Sand Waves. For our club challenge this evening, which is spring, we'll start with the beginner group. Judges 1, 2, and 3, please. First bloom. Reveal. 7, 7, 7.
The lily at the top, I don't think adds to the image.
The image received a 21. Poppy season in the Antelope Valley. Reveal. 878.
I gave it a 7 mainly because the trees in the background are distracting for me.
The image received a 23. Blooms. Reveal.
Bless you.
777.
I think there's too much in this picture. It's, my eye doesn't know where to settle into it. The blue and the yellow are good contrasting colors, complementary colors, but you need to grab something that's got both of those colors and zoom in on it more.
The image received a 21. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with blooms, going back 1 to poppy season in the Antelope Valley, and going back 1 to first bloom. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for first bloom. Reveal. 3, 3, 3. Poppy season in Antelope Valley. Reveal. 1, 1, 1. So the judges have chosen poppy season in Antelope Valley. Judges 1, 2, and 4, please, for intermediate club challenge. A new spring. Reveal. 889.
I thought for intermediate, this is a great still life. I think a lot of thought went into it to put it all together. There's only a couple little elements I would have changed, but you kept in the rule of thirds, or at least along the close line with the flower vase and the flowers. The bottom third is a little bit low, but it's the blue line. As Rick just stated a minute ago, the blues and the yellows are complementary colors, which adds a lot of impact to the image. So I think this was done very well. A couple little changes we could have done, but this is nice.
The image received a 25 and was the only image in the category. Judges 3, 4, and 5 for advanced club challenge. Nothing shouts spring like the seasonal migration of this lazuli bunting.
What?
Nothing shouts spring like the seasonal migration of this lazuli bunting.
Somebody worked really hard to cram this into the spring category.
Reveal. 889.
Well, fortunately, we don't judge on title. As this bird is beautiful. It's got a wonderful catch light in its eye. Yes, the little grasses are a little hot underneath of it, but to get that dark eye and that beak in focus so well was very well done.
The image received a 25. Spring apple blossoms. Reveal. 877.
I love the pastel color and the feel of the whole image. Not to be degrading in any way, I really like the background a lot more than the foreground. If we could have focused on one flower and had all that background behind it, I think it would have been beautiful. I think there's just a little bit too much going on in the center and the subject. So
The image received a 22. Play ball. Reveal. 788.
Screams spring, and it's a really nice image, but there's no ball.
the ball is at his foot, Ed.
Oh. Well, shoot.
I could almost imagine it was a foul ball and the catcher's eyes are probably closed, but he has sunglasses on, so we can't see him. But yes, I think it fits the category. I think it's a good job. Tells a story. You don't see a lot of images that have the batter all the way to the umpire, so I think that's a good layout and a good presentation.
The image received a 23. B landing. Reveal. 777.
Bees and flowers definitely scream spring. I like the flowers. I like the bud there, and this he looks like he's probably a pretty big bee getting ready to land there. But I think just the lighting is what hurts it a little bit. Too much highlights. It's nice having the light behind the bee because it separates it, but at the same time, it's also too much of the image, so it's a little distracting.
The image
And
received.
I'm not sure which screams spring more, the bunting or the bee.
The image
That was a joke.
received a 21. Spring skyrocket blooms. Reveal. 877.
I think this was a really good subject. Of course, not knowing your equipment, it would have been great if you could have either focused in closer just on the one on top or maybe the two at the bottom, and just made that more of your image instead of having all the grass, because the grass, in one way, it kind of adds, and I see what you're trying to do, but at the same time, it's a little distracting and takes away just with your depth of field.
The image received a 22. Sally. Reveal. 677.
I don't see how this meets the category.
And Rick, I agree with your 6. I just don't see a lot of them, and I felt I was being too hard. I think this is a reasonably decent portrait. Again, Rick's right; it doesn't fit the category. So portraiture's another discussion.
I gave it a 7, assuming that's her Easter dress.
Looks like a wedding dress.
I know.
The image received a 20. Water lily. Reveal. 998.
I
think-
like how the water is reflected out and you have these silhouettes on the top of the water. I was worried there might be a little bit too much brightness on the white petals. I can see a little bit of design in them. So maybe my screen's a little bit bright, but I love the orientation. I love the square format, and this definitely fits the category.
The image received a 26. Spring is here when we see tulips. Reveal. 888.
Tulips. Go ahead, Britt.
I was going to say, while this may not scream spring, it does say spring to me, and I like the subtle effects that have been applied to it.
I actually liked this a lot, and I was really close to a 9, except the flowers are in a vase. So this could have been any time of year. I kind of went that route, but yes, I think it's very nice. I like the subtle colors. I like the clear vignette around it. Very nicely handled.
The image received a 24. Blooming brittle brush attracts a honeybee.
I'm glad I'm not the announcer tonight.
Thanks. Reveal. 899.
I would have scored this a 9 if the bottom left, the bottom side, and some of the corners had been toned down, had been burned in so that my eye wasn't pulled off to the side away from the bee.
Image received a 26. A poppy spring. Reveal. 899.
I think this definitely fits the category. The poppies have been blooming lately. I don't know if this was shot this time or not, but I love your point of view, having all the sky in the background. And then I love the creative aspect added to it. I think this is an amazing image.
The image received a 26. Deep throat. Reveal. 898.
That tongue. Oh my. I gave it an 8 because I think the back of the hummingbird isn't quite what it should be. The flower is perfect. The tongue is perfect, but the back of the hummingbird is just almost not perfection.
The image received a 25. Pink and white. Reveal. 787.
It's an interesting creative image. The whites have been, I don't want to say ruined, but they need to be more distinct and have some detail in them.
The image received a 22. Impression, spring blossoms.
Are we still in the same category?
Yes, sir, we are. This is the last one if it makes you feel better.
I'm sorry. Could you just the title one more time?
Impression, spring blossoms. Reveal. 777.
I think it fits a category. Of course, anything with flowers, we're almost going to say it fits a category. I kind of like the application you put to it, but I think the flowers just need to have a little more contrast to them instead of a flat overlay. And then it does appear that most of the flowers on top and a couple on the bottom, a little bit too overexposed for this presentation.
The image received a 21. Judges, believe it or not, you have 3 images to review for placement.
What?
If you will go back 3 to a poppy spring, back 1 to blooming brittle bush attracts a honeybee, and go back 2 to water lily. Those are your 3.
Show
Would
them
you
again, please.
Water lily, blooming brittle bush attracts a honeybee, and a poppy spring.
Oh, boy.
Ready? Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for a poppy spring. Reveal. 1, 1, 3. Blooming brittle bush attracts a honeybee. Reveal. 3, 3, 2. And water lily. 2, 2, 1.
We
We
tied.
do have a tie between water lily and a poppy spring. So judges, a 1 or a 2, please, for, you can't do them both. A 1 or a 2, please, for poppy spring. 1, 1, 2. So the judges have chosen poppy spring. Okay, judges 1, 2, and 3, please, for our last group, the Master Club Challenge, Smoky Mountain Springtime. Reveal. 877.
It's a beautiful flower. I love the colors in the stamens. It's the leaves in the background are competing too much with the flowers. They're too bright.
The image received a 22. A new beginning. Reveal. 888.
I really like this. I like that it's sharp. I'd have gone higher, but the left side was distracting for me. Maybe if you'd have tightened up the crop on the left side and maybe just meant more vertical.
The image received a 24. Spring garden. Reveal. 888.
Beautiful colors in the flowers, absolutely. I love the curves, going from the left to the right. That really adds a lot to this image. It's just that, the background is a little bit too bright for it, but otherwise, the flowers are beautiful.
Image received a 24. Tulip reflections. Reveal. 988.
I think an alternate presentation for this would have been more square, cutting off right at the edge of the yellow. I don't think all the stuff off to the right helps.
The image received a 25. Judges, you have 3 images to review for placement, starting with tulip reflections, going back 1 to spring garden, and going back 1 to a new beginning. Judges, a 1, 2, or 3, please, for a new beginning. Reveal. 3, 3, 1. Spring garden. Reveal. 2, 2, 3. And tulip reflections. Reveal. 1, 1, 2. So the judges have chosen tulip reflections. That concludes our competition for tonight. Jerome, did you want to say anything about your next judge's corner?
Excuse me 1 minute.
You have a
Sure.
tie.
You have a tie?
Oh, thank you for
Oh.
paying attention to me. We need to be seated next to one another, Mary,
Okay.
so that you can nudge me. Yes, we have a tie for second and third, so we need to look at spring garden and a new beginning again. Judges, that's spring garden, and let's go back and see new beginning again. Judges, a 1 or a 2 for new beginning. Reveal. 2, 1, 2 So the judges have chosen Spring Garden. Okay, now Jerome.
I don't have the date in front of me, but I think it's, is it Tuesday or Wednesday coming up?
I don't have the date in front of me either.
Okay. Well, look for an e-notice for Judge's Corner. And if anybody wants to send any images in, we will talk about that. I think it's next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Wednesday the 30th. It was just shouted up to me. So Wednesday the 30th will be Judge's Corner. If you guys want to send some images in, we'll talk about some stuff, talk about the scores, and talk about some of the comments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'd like to re-announce that on the 24th of April will be a pinhole workshop. I will put out an e-notice this week that will have details. It'll start at 11 and hope to have a few people show up for that. It's Worldwide Pinhole Photography Day, as everyone knows.
Anybody who's been around for a while knows that's Rick's favorite holiday of the year. Thank you, judges. Thank you, staff. I appreciate all that you have done today. And thanks to you, Stephen, for getting this thing going for us. And we will see you at our program meeting, which is Judy Pollenbaum, coming up in April to talk about her father's photography, who did lots of famous people in interesting times. So night all.
Bye-bye.